ZHANG. Hi guys, it's Renee and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm reacting to episode 14 of Devil Judge. I cannot describe to you how nervous I am for this episode because there's still 3 episodes left. Like, there's so many things that could still go wrong, and I don't know how to mentally prepare myself for it, but we have to do it. So anyway, before we do get into it, I just want to say a quick massive thank you to all my amazing patrons and channel members, and if you're interested in joining either of those for early access and uncut reactions to things like Devil Judge, the links for it will be in the description below, along with my social media and my PO box, and if you want to subscribe, that's always greatly appreciated. But now without further ado, let's get into today's video. My word. The way he basically looks exactly like he did after his parents passed away just hits way harder than it needs to. And it's sad that he doesn't seem like he feels allowed to be there.
너 어디 안 다쳤지? 사랑한다.
Look, I knew it was going to be a hard episode going into it, but I can't prepare myself.
나랑 결혼할래? 사랑한다. 아니야, 뻥이야, 이 새끼야. 안 사랑해. 그냥 조금 사랑해.
I haven't even been able to speak yet, but I'm like struggling to talk because I'm gonna start crying. I'm just gonna have a mute reaction. This is not going well. One thing I will say is I feel like they did a really good job with establishing their friendship, like putting the romance aside, because I have a lot of feelings about the romance with regards to why I think gohan did what he did, but in terms of their friendship, they did a really good job of making it feel grounded and not just believable, but also like there was a lot more history than just what was shown to us. Leave it in the comments below. How many times do you think I can manage to cry in 6 minutes? Oh my word, really? If this is the start of the episode, I don't even want to know what I'm gonna be like by the end. Not gonna lie, I am glad that Ilya is here, because I mean she was Ilya's first friend, so I'm so tired already. I'm like 10 minutes in. So you can't be looking this good while I'm this emotional. It's not fair.
정신 좀 드나?
No? but it's kind of a standard question, so I won't judge you too harshly for it.
제발. 그러다 가오까지 죽으면 수연 언니는 불쌍해서 어떡해? 길거리에서 총 맞아 죽을 거야? 그걸 수연 언니가 보고 싶어 할 것 같아? 일단은 여기 있어. 응? 일단 여기 있으면서 요한이랑 상의해서 어떻게든 우리 어떻게든 하자. 응?
She's not wrong. And it's probably the only thing that'll make him like stop and think for a moment. This is gonna sound stupid, but I appreciate the fact that this isn't like a crying it out once and then you kind of carry on thing. Now, granted, obviously everyone reacts to these kinds of situations differently, but I don't often see shows and movies showcasing how the grief can just kind of like come in waves.
윤수연을
Some
전개하냐?
random person.
혼란한 틈에 우리 재판부를 제거하려 했던 거야. 우리 재판부를요?
Yeah.
생각해봐. 재단놈들이 저지른 짓들을.
I think they were actually, logically speaking, they were probably attempting to shoot Gaun because he's the big other emotional pressure point of Kan Yohan's. So that would make the most sense to me.
앞뒤 가릴 여유도 없을 만큼 다급했던 거지. 그래도 안 되니 아예 죽여버리려 한 거겠지.
Oh, so they were just planning to pick you off one at a time. That makes sense as well.
그럼 수연이가 저 대신 죽은 겁니까?
I mean, it was just a realization he was bound to come to at some point.
나 안다. 지금 네 마음이 어떨지.
It's an interesting gesture that Kan Yohan's doing here.
지옥 같겠지. 영원히 벗어날 수 없는 무간주.
Because that's exactly how he felt.
울 시간이 있다면 이런 짓을 저지른 놈들도 지옥 불 속에서 불타게 만들어. 그게 지옥 속에서 살 수 있는 유일한 방법이다.
That's very, very dark, and I don't like. How should I put it? It makes sense for Kan Yohan to say it because I think by now he's convinced himself that it's a pit that will never be able to get out of. But I think everyone outside the pit knows what a dangerous thing it is to encourage someone to keep on down that path of revenge, because it might never be enough.
시작하시죠. 준비됐습니다.
I don't like that look in his eyes. The thing I fear is that Kan Yohan is gonna base how things are gonna go off of how he handled things right after the death of his brother, and I don't think he and King Gaon handle emotions and problems like that the same way. I feel like he's gonna miscalculate and not realize until it's too late. I really appreciate the fact that they at least currently seem to be a united team of three, and everyone to me feels like they're now on equal ground, where before there was very much a strong power dynamic and then there was a divide.
이 자리에서 분명히 밝힙니다만 저는 시민들을 억압하고 통제하는 이른바 비상재판부라는 곳에 참여할 생각이 전혀 없습니다.
Yeah, and also I think even if they were to still go according to the emergency court, this I would constitute as an emergency.
이 재판을 멈추려고 하는 자들이 있다면 그들이 바로 범인입니다.
저놈 봐라. 이거 대놓고 공갈 협박하네.
I mean, it's pretty clever because now you guys have to one-up each other and trying to look innocent.
아니 오진이 걔가 저렇게 뒤통수 쓸 줄 누가 알았어? 참 야심만만하던 애였거든요. 왜 저러지?
Ooh, girl, you look like you've aged a ton overnight. What happened? I wonder. She doesn't look as put together as usual.
이거 다 까발려주면 폭동이 일어나. 우리 다 굶어야 죽어.
That would be nice. I would like to see that. No, I won't. I would like to think that I would like to see that.
언론부터 들어맞고 대법원에 압력을 가해서
전 국민이 생 라이브로 지켜봤잖아. 노인네가 쇠파이프 죽는 꼴 맞아서.
That's what happens when you keep a violent person like that at your breast. You wanted to play with fire and you got burned. Why are you surprised? I'm sorry, this is going to be a very long reaction. I can already tell because I can't, like...
일단 지금은
꼬리부터 잘라야죠.
What you do best?
이번 사태는 일부 현장 인력들의 과잉 의혹과 실적 경쟁이 나온 안타까운 비극이 아닐 수 없습니다. 고인과 유족분들에게 정부를 대표해서
Yeah, because you look so remorseful.
만에 하나 이번 재판 과정에서 그런 일이 발생한다면 그것은 엄연한 명백한 국가에 대한 반역입니다.
Okay. I'm sorry. As I already apologize, this is going to be a long one because I think there's going to be a lot to unpack with this episode. They're usually quite good with cramming a lot in, but I think they're going to be even better at it in this one. He just did what was basically advised not to do. Like, they were like, whoever tries to stop this is going to be the guilty party, and in a sense that's exactly what he just attempted to do. And I think Sunan knows this and is using his like volatility with the press and his need to always like still seem powerful instead of just having a human reaction, which I think at this point he's incapable of, if it doesn't involve him. I think she's using that to her advantage to have him be the first person who goes down. 'Cause hear me out. She said it's time to blame shift, and it's much easier to blame shift onto the president, become the next president yourself, or like at least, you know, the temporary president while they try and figure things out, and take control of the people who are hanging on to the president in order to save their own skins, than it is to take down all four of the people surrounding you. So you just take the most important position and take control of that, and everyone else will fall into place.
바이러스 발견되면 되는 거 아니야. 엄청 못 사는 변두리 지역에서 바이러스 나오면 되는 거 아니야. 어?
설마 바이러스를 유포하실 생각입니까?
Interesting. It almost seems like this is her bottom line. Like, there's actually somewhere she won't stoop, and I didn't expect that. But we shall see. Maybe she's gonna prove me right and it's not gonna be somewhere she won't stoop.
때로는 배를 위해서 피눈물을 머금고 소를 희생시키는 그런 고독한 결단의 순간이 나에게도 다가올 수 있는 거라고. 왜?
Oh, they cast so well. This man is acting so repulsively. to the point where I probably wouldn't be able to unsee him as this character. I don't think I would be able to watch anything else with him in it where he's supposed to be like a nice person.
훌리운 영화 보면 이렇게 기도하면서 뉴클리어 밤 그냥 버튼을 빵 누르고
Keep your composure. If you want to beat him, you have to keep your composure.
아니다 뭐 강경한 걔한테 미련이라도 남았어?
Don't insult her. But, does he genuinely believe it, or is he just saying it because he's actually cleverer than everyone is giving him credit for, and he knows when to push emotional buttons to get the result they want?
설마 미련이라도 남은 거 아니시죠?
Are they implying what I think they're implying, or am I reading too much into it? Because it could be either way. It could be there's a side to the president that I never expected, or it could be, oh, you know, he loves the feeling of having a #1 fan club member and someone who's so devoted to him that he can't let go of the control that he has over the man.
일단 재판까지 끌고 갔으니 어떻게든
That's
법정에서 밝혀야지.
Shirt.
바이러스를
Shirt
찌지
looks
않았다는
amazing
것까지
on him.
밝혀내야 될 텐데.
잠깐만. 저녁은 먹었나?
생각이 없어서요.
How the tables have turned.
내가 출출해서 그러는데 라면을 하나 끓일 거야. 하나 더 끓일까?
고맙습니다. 근데 오늘 말고 다음에요.
He's like, Kanyeon's trying so hard. He's grown so much. His hair looks so much better when it's down like that. Is he gonna force feed him?
왔어?
He's gonna use her to manipulate him into eating.
밝은 걸로 좀 들어. 우중충하게 그러고 있지 말고. 밥 먹었어? 라면이라도 하나 끓일까 하는데.
Like uncle, like niece.
둘이 닮았네.
내가 어딜 그런 아저씨랑 닮아.
위로하는 게 서툰 거.
위로는 무슨. 그냥 꼴 보기 싫어서 그렇지. 세상 다 산 사람 같지.
I mean,
재미없어.
his world has a little bit, unfortunately.
근데 위로가 된다. 서툴러서.
Yeah, because
고마워, 엘리야.
the fact that you know they're trying helps. That's a big bed. Sorry, I just realized like his legs aren't even touching the floor. Is it that first recording of Will You Marry Me, or was it just genuinely music?
나랑 결혼할래?
Damn it.
사랑한다.
Grieving is strange sometimes. One thing I will say is that I'm actually really glad that they didn't go the route of Gaun blaming Kanyohan, because I could reasonably have seen how he could go down the route of blaming himself for getting involved with Kanyohan, and if he hadn't gotten involved with Kanyohan, then she never would have died. You know, that kind of a thought process. And I'm actually really glad that they didn't.
미친 광대 새끼.
Her outfits are immaculate. It's such a shame that I don't like her character.
전에 멘토하러 갔던 청소년 복지원 있잖아. 혹시 거기도?
거긴 재단 부속 복지원이잖아. 거긴 뺐을 거야. 확인해줘?
아니야. 그냥.
Show us a little bit of humanity. Please. I mean, it would be like the final nail in the coffin of how much I hate her if she doesn't even do this. Like, she can't even show that little bit of humanity. But I feel like it would add layers to her character if she can.
언니, 우린 비즈니스 관계잖아. 위험수당이나 잘 챙겨줘.
매정하고 버릇없는 년. 끊어.
Oh damn, they really did. Like, I kind of mentioned them hinting at it with the scene where she was busy with the champagne, and even then when she was supposed to be, you know, celebrating, she was alone, and even the one person who you thought would come through for her didn't. She was minding her own business. So you kind of already saw their dynamic there, but ultimately I had thought that they had a similar relationship to what Kan Johan and Kay had. But this, to me, kind of just confirmed that it's not even that deep. And I don't know how to feel about that. My instinct is to feel sorry for her, but I don't want to.
어쩌다 여기까지 왔을까?
Ah, I wonder.
어쩌겠어. 이미 와버렸는데.
So what, might as well go down with the ship?
검출된 바이러스의 샘플을 보신 적이 없다는 말씀이시죠?
네. 겨우 사망자 부검 데이터만 훔쳐봤는데 증상에 유의미한 공통점이 없어요. 단일 바이러스로 그렇게 다양한 증상이 생기기 어렵습니다.
Interesting. But something that I didn't really think about before is that this would imply that the virus that was mentioned at the start of the show was also just kind of like to like cause fear and strengthen control, which I suppose, you know, makes sense. I just hadn't thought about it.
유일한 공통점이 있다면
Said
뭡니까?
they were threats to.
영양실조입니다.
Oh.
영양실조와
Oh, that has layers. That has very, very sad layers. They probably just like waited for bodies to gather up, like people to die, and then just came to collect them.
그게 이번 사태의 본질입니다.
박사님, 지금 말씀하신 내용을 법정에서 증언해 주실 수
Now you just need to
있겠습니까?
keep him alive,
네, 판사님.
and
위험한 일입니다.
they mustn't breed a new
알고 계시죠?
virus.
우발적인 사고에 불과합니다.
Okay, so this is so random, but again, I love the fact that they're now all in black, which is not either blue or red, obviously, but like it feels very neutral. And again, there's that thing of all of them are matching, which I feel like, again, indicates the equality that they suddenly see each other at. So it's so nice, the little details.
좋습니다. 그럼 먼저 변호인께서 그렇게 강조하시는 전시 상황이 맞는지부터 확인해 보도록 하죠. 이번에 발견되었다는 그 변종 바이러스에 대해
My thing is just I'm scared because this is all going too smoothly. Something's gonna trip up, and I'm terrified to find out what the thing is that's gonna trip this up.
그러시죠. 윤명진 증인,
This is what's gonna trip it up. That's great.
혹시 저희 비상대책본부 소속 윤명진 박사를 찾는 거라면 유감스럽게도 오늘 오전 돌아가셨습니다.
You just laughed! I hope they catch that in freaking 4K. Not surprised, unfortunately, about that poor man's death, but I really hope that some suspicion is starting to brew among the, like, average viewer. Like, not us, like, the average citizen. Because that seems awfully convenient, just like it seemed awfully convenient that... Oh, I'm not even gonna say it. But, like... This is the kind of thing that caused suspicion in my own country when something like this happened So let's not even pretend like people won't put two and two together that this is very strange and convenient. They really should have kept him with them to make sure that he was safe.
열게 만들어야지. 어떻게든. 내가 준비한 게 좀 있어. 그래서 변호인은 어떤 처벌이 적절하다는 겁니까?
It's so interesting to me that the poor doctor who was working with the patients passed away in a matter of 12 hours. But days, possibly a week, possibly more, after this man was exposed to countless people who supposedly have the virus, he wasn't wearing a mask, he was in direct contact with them. He hasn't passed away. That's very convenient.
무엇보다도 진심으로 죄를 뉘우치고 있는 점을 참작해서 최대한 관대한 형에 처해 주시기 바랍니다.
검찰 측 의견은요?
That's interesting, because this man has been opposing Kang Yuan for quite a while now.
누군가가 지시했습니까? 닥치는 대로 끌어내라고.
지시받은 적 없습니다. 제 판단으로 한 일입니다.
I thought it was an accident. Now you're saying you made a decision.
네, 좋습니다. 변호인께서도 피고인처럼 대통령 국정 철학에 찬성하십니까?
물론입니다. 위기일수록 지도자에게 힘을
Okay, but him saying he takes full responsibility, does that not null and void the accident claim? Or is he saying within the claims that this is an accident, I'm still taking full responsibility?
아니 사람을 죽인 애들을 반란, 징역 10년, 20년 이게 말이나 돼? 허중세 개 사이다에서는 절대 이거 용납이 안 돼.
I mean, the thing is that I completely understand why Judge O and Kim Go-eun are looking as shocked as they are, and I really hope that it doesn't come to what Kang Yuan just suggested. But I think he's hoping that, and counting on the fact that under the threat of death, he'll crack and reveal that no, he was actually acting under order. And the thing is, they also kind of condemned his lawyer a little bit, even though he's just doing what the law requires him to do according to his job. But the president did just say, in his own words, that those who make excuses for them must be arrested as well.
이게 다 본인 판단이다. 지시받은 바 없다. 혼자 책임지는 게 소원이라면 그렇게 하십시오. 목숨값은 목숨으로!
Come on, please crack. I so badly don't like. I hate that man with every fiber of my being, but I will accept him not dying as long as it means that everyone who he's working for gets taken down. And I really don't actually want him to die because or let me put it like this. I don't want his blood on Kang Yuan's hands. Theoretically, I also don't want him to die, but I really dislike him, and I don't know what other punishment would fit the crime.
이 법정에서는 모든 죄인을 평등하게 대할 것입니다. 인간은 책임을 지기 때문에 존엄한 것입니다. 값싼 동정은 인간에 대한 모욕입니다.
This is the most emotional I have seen him in court. I genuinely don't think this is all for show. Please cave in, please.
여러분이 더 많은 버튼을 누를수록 사형수 몸에는 더 많은 전류가 흐르게 될 것입니다. 100만 명 이상 버튼을 눌러야 사형수는 사망합니다.
The problem is they've kind of set this up from the start. From episode 1 you knew that things probably would get to this point And it's interesting because I knew I would hate it once it got to this point, but it's for different reasons than why I expected to hate it. I so badly want him to crack, because if he dies, they actually kind of lose the one piece of ammo that they genuinely have against the president.
뭐 되는 거야 지금?
강요한이 진짜 원하는 건 저겁니다. 공포. 24시간 해준 것도 그것 때문이고요.
I kind of hate it because I'm taking this as her having made her final decision that she'll stand behind the president to create a virus. Because if not, she would have seized this opportunity to take him out and take his power, rather than warning him of what's to come.
저는 미치는 선동가에 의해 더럽혀진 이곳 대법원을 떠나겠습니다.
I'm unfortunately not surprised, and as much as I kind of want to judge him a little bit for this, had I been in his situation, I probably would have done the same. I would have just removed myself from the situation, because it's not something you can control, but it's not something you can stand by either.
그 뱀 같은 자는 사람들의 가장 약한 구석을 이용해서 세상을 희롱하고 있어.
권력자들이 무고한 사람들을 해치고 있어요. 수연이도 그놈들 손에.
확실하냐?
예?
No, don't even try it. There's every chance that he's right. However, I don't think Kanye's capable of that. I would genuinely feel as if it was a little bit of a betrayal of his character if he were able to do that, especially at that point. Earlier, later, I might believe it, not at that specific point.
성당에서 먹고 자고 온갖 잡일을 다 하던 사람. 그 사람의 일 중에는 CCTV 관리도 있었다더라. 수연이는 그 사람을 쫓고 있었어.
I'm having some problems with this because I believe that he believes that, and it's plausible. But the thing is, I'm choosing to hope that just like everything else that we see about Kanyohan that looks bad when you see it the first time and then you get the context, I choose to believe that there's a similar situation here.
그만하십시오. 그만 가보겠습니다.
한 가지만 묻자.
Yeah, answer me this one thing. Now that I've planted a seed in your mind and made it so that whatever possible hope there was for things to work out maybe okayish, it's gonna go completely sideways now.
강요한 옆에서 사람을 전기로 찢어 죽이고 있는 널 수연이가 본다면
I hate this man so much right now. And the worst part is I hate him because he is me. And people like me are not meant for situations like this.
뭐라고 할 것 같냐?
People like me can't see grey. They only see black and white, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's right. It's such a beautiful shot. This is like, oh my word. Okay, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I honestly would have preferred it if they had just had Gaon like blaming Kangyan for Siona's death, because this is such a slow and painful path to that. Like we're arriving at the same result, but this is a much realer and painfully slow version of it, which just makes it hurt so much more than the other version would have. And I think it's unnecessary. Like, they can give me just a little bit of grace here.
인간과 지금 뭐 하는 거야? 네가 곁에 있어. 너 지금 뭐 하는 거냐고.
Can't believe he never explained that situation to her.
진짜로 좋은지 몰랐단 말이야. 구해주신 거야. 날 얼마나 아끼시는데. 이대로 보내지지 않을 거야.
I wish they could record this and show this as proof. That's a very interesting title of a book to choose to have so close to the end of the show. Like, it almost feels like it's saying this, the choice that he made is beyond good or evil. It's just what had to happen. But I think I'm just at this point reading too much into everything because I want to postpone the inevitable.
모두의 손에 피를 묻히는 세상은 지옥일 뿐입니다. 부장님은 지금 세상을 지옥으로 만들려고 하고 있어요.
내가 태어난 세상은 언제나 지옥이었어.
제발 멈춰주시면
No,
안 되겠습니까?
it's you seeing the world that way. There's a difference. But as much as I hate the fact that they're at odds right now, I feel like this is the way it always had to be. Because Kim Ga-eun was getting too close to what Kang Yo-han is like. And I feel like there can only be balance if they have a common goal but opposing views in a sense. Like, they need to balance each other out, and he wasn't creating that balance that was so crucial during the middle of the show where they were actually getting the upper hand for a bit.
전 부장님이 돌이킬 수 없는 곳까지 가는 걸 보고 싶지 않습니다. 네?
나한텐 다른 선택지가 없다.
You can see the regret on his face.
부장님. 과장님이 돈을 받으셨어. 부장님. 아이 첩보를 받을 놈아.
They really don't need to show this to me again.
질문할 시간 있으면 행동이나 해.
For once I wish he'd answered, because I think answering is having the exact same effect as not answering, because I think not answering is having the exact same effect as answering would have. That's a nice shot. The blue and the red is back. The fact that they just randomly had an electric chair lying around also. I so badly wish this was a dream. What I'm concerned about is the fact that they haven't detected that he's gone. So either he spoke to the president and returned, was returned, or they just don't know he's missing yet. And I'm more scared for the first option, because the president could have been like, okay, you're gonna confess before they get a chance to electrocute you, and you're gonna incriminate Kang Yo-han or whoever is most convenient, whoever he feels like it's gonna benefit him.
누구의 지시를 받지 않은 건 맞습니까?
맞다니까 왜 자꾸 물어봐. 양마 새끼야.
Oh my soul. That placement is way too perfect and I kind of hate it because it looks like devil horns even though it's the scales of justice. I'm gonna need a pillow, another one. And I think I might need to mute this, we shall see. Now you have to trust that whatever it is that the president promised you is gonna come to fruition. They really did everything here to make him look like the worst version of himself. Like, just everything is extra cold. I'm not sure how else to put it, but just everything looks a bit more severe than it would normally.
나는 잘못한 거 없어.
네가 진짜 찐 애국자인데 이게 무슨 고생이냐? 고생 너무 많어 너 진짜. 앉아.
Well, at least we're gonna find out what he was told before that. Before he either dies or things go wrong.
내일 너 그 의자에 좀 앉아줘야겠어. 걔 강묘한 걔 쇼하는 거야 그 새끼. 네 입에서 내 이름 나올 때까지 협박 쇼하는 거라고.
그래도 저보고 죽으라고.
Basically, he's telling you to hold on and hope that he's not just waiting for you to die, because it's perfect. He's basically getting Kan Yo-han to pull the trigger for him and making sure that the man says nothing before that.
정말로 만에 하나 이러다 위험하겠다 싶으면 내가 멈춰줄게. 대법원 전기 내가 다 끊어서라도 너 구해줄게. 그러니까 걱정하지 마.
You really think he would?
이게 다 국가를 위한 공기업 정규직. 덤으로 비트코인 그냥 팍팍.
Yeah, ton of Bitcoin. Sorry, that just felt so random.
네가 뭔데 날 죽여? 내 마음만.
This is gonna take a while, I hope.
어떻게 내 손으로 사람 잡아요? 한번 사람 죽인 놈이 또 안 죽이겠어? 전부터 온갖 나쁜 짓은 다 하고 다녔던 놈이잖아. 나 눌러야 돼. 어? 다 누릅시다 다들. 눌러요. 누군가?
The peer pressure.
신기하네.
The sad thing is, like, people are getting swept up and they're not thinking about the reality of it anymore.
어디라고 하셨어?
I can't watch, guys, I'm so sorry. He's gonna die. Do you guys know how badly I want Kim Go-eun to pull the fire alert or something right now?
방금 법무부에서 긴급 형집행정지 명령이 떨어졌습니다.
누구 지시입니까?
김가은 판사님이 조금 전에 기자회견을 하셨는데
First nightmare realized. Okay. 1 more minute to go. Or 2 more minutes to go. Let's see how much I'm gonna hate this situation by the end of it.
시범 재판은 모두 조작되어 왔습니다.
Kim Go-eun, I understand that desperate times calls for desperate measures. But that was the wrong move. I get he's trying to take the dangerous weapon away from Kan Yo-han, basically. But he's also just thrown away the lives of all those homeless people in the slums who needed a voice. And even though I really don't agree with the way that Kan Johan was going about it, they were in the middle of a revolution basically. And from what I've seen from history, in revolutions you don't always get the choice, the luxury to decide what form your voice is going to take. I'm so disappointed. I feared that the end would be the two of them against each other, but somehow this is in a worse way than I anticipated, because it's not Kan Johan and his people against Suna and Kim Go-eun like I feared at one point, when it seemed like Suna was trying to get close to Kim Go-eun. No, it's Suna and her people against Kan Johan and Kim Go-eun as a separate problem to Kan Johan. And it also was just sad, because I feel like, very much like with the dynamic between Siona and Kim Go-eun, the one was keeping the other one from the brink, and I feel very much the same about Kan Johan being kept from the brink by Kim Go-eun, and now there's no telling what's gonna happen next, which from a story perspective is very interesting, but from just me personally, I hate that the stakes are so high, the emotional stakes, not even the plot stakes. The plot stakes I expected to be high from the start. I don't have a lot of hope for the ending being a good one where both of them survive, but the optimistic side of me can't help but so badly want both of them to survive, to make all the emotional exhaustion that I have experienced throughout this episode worth the pain. But we shall see. Anyway, still an amazing episode, and cautiously intrigued about what's going to be happening in the next episode. Wouldn't say I'm excited, because I'm kind of terrified. Anyway, I hope you guys still enjoyed it, and otherwise I'll see you guys again next time. ZHANG.